Alright, there we are. We are go.
What the buck is up, everybody?
Good day.
You can just hear the enthusiasm from my squad mates here.
uh,
Oh, I can hear myself being enthusiastic.
uh, do any of you want to give a quick recap, or would you like me to fill in the blanks?
If no one else, I'll go.
Go for
Sure, it's been a few weeks, so.
Okay, so previously on the end times, we were out at sea. We had just destroyed a monster thanks to the valiant efforts of our paladins smiting it to death. We had encountered a ship who had used magic to cause the water to slow us down. And then out of the fog came a pirate ship full of dirty humans. The humans came right up beside our ship, launched harpoons tied to ropes, and anchored us to their ship. They boarded us. And when we had the perfect opportunity, we sprung our ambush. We went into action. We started cutting down pirates left and right, but they were not helpless, far from it. They were shooting back. They were stabbing us. The captain himself swung from a rope onto our ship and went stabby stabby. But thanks to some carefully placed swords and a well placed spell or two, we managed to vanquish all of the pirates. And then out of the ocean came a sea witch who had turned into a water elemental that threatened to kill us all. But we managed to absolutely chase that thing off. We did not kill it, however. So it is likely still alive, injured, but alive. And after doing so, we gathered the dead bodies of the pirates onto their pirate ship. And a milk also came up and touched every single one of them, turning them into a skeleton crew. The remaining pirates who are alive are petrified to their core, very unlikely to attempt a coup. And as we had our skeleton crew, we turned our previous ship around and we are heading back to port.
quite correct. You were, well, 2 days away from port, sailing, and I do need to advance us 2 days actually on the tracker. Advance to dawn, dusk, sunrise, 1 day, 2 days. Alright, on this particular day, it's a scattering of clouds, but mostly clear. And it's 67 Fahrenheit for those of you in America.
Which is almost all of us, at least the important ones.
Have to change that back to centigrade in the option somewhere. But I think that's mediocre in temperature. But anyway, I believe if we check, yes, you guys rolled your separate random encounters as you were taking, well, you had split the party. Some of you decided to not stay on board the ship full of skeletons and take back the merchant ship that you sailed out there to begin with. And you guys obviously made it back okay, and so did your larger pirate ship as well. One thing with skeleton crews is they're effective and they don't stop, but they're probably not as lively as a living crew. So things don't get done necessarily as quick, but they still do the job. So you will still arrive, even though the bigger ship's possibly faster, you're still going to be arriving back in 2 days' time. Was there anything anybody wanted to do on either one of their ships before they arrived back at dock, or had you all sorted out everything you wanted to do?
Pretty much got everything we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought you might have done, but I wanted to make sure beforehand.
I was like, the thing I wanted to do is on my ship, so.
Oh dear. Anyway, alright, so let's activate this. After your 2 days travelling, you will arrive back at Cerulean Tides. with arriving back, there. Oh, was the map loaded for you guys?
It is great.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm seeing as well. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to try and fix this. Configure. Well, it's saying it's that map. Select. Update. Save changes. Interesting map. Okay, map. Let's just find the file again. You can't get the software nowadays, can you? It will be under documents, Pathfinder. Where is Pathfinder resources? Map folder, city maps, Cerulean Tides. There you are. Open. Select. Save. Let me just move you guys away from it. Okay, it's there now. Right, you guys hopefully are still on Cerulean Tides map. Or did you go to Dill map? Sorry?
I see a big screen.
Yeah, just widescreen.
Yeah.
And it's highlighted over Villager Town. I've got player map and Villager Town available.
Let's have a look.
Now we have Cerulean Tides.
Yeah.
There we go, okay. It was having a moment
And we're
then.
loading in.
Loading in.
Now we're here. Excellent.
There we go. Minor bug solved. Alright, so there's some
Milk Thistle will be. Milk Thistle will be. So he'll be nice and clean when he shows up.
so you won't be arriving straight first thing in the morning. You'll be arriving more about 2ish. You come into the harbour. You in port. Quite a well presented ship. What appears to be of a military more design. You will notice a very familiar looking ship as well. Necessarily in the water, it's more floating. And you'll probably notice the smaller ship as they probably would have docked first. So you bring your pirate ship and its crew into dock. What are you planning to do with the skeleton crew?
The skeleton crew are going to be commanded to take the 4 remaining pirates that are alive, and they will be tied up and bound, and they're going to be in that chain gang kind of style where they are tied with their hands behind their back and also looped through their necks, so they're all tied together.
Okay, so that's what is that happening to the skeletons as well as the living ones, or just the living ones?
Just the living ones.
All right. What's happening? Are you just going to leave the skeleton crew just standing on the ship?
Can the skeleton crew leave the ship if I command them to?
Let me have a look see on what they can do. Skeleton crew.
To the best of my knowledge, there's no restrictions on them leaving the ships, but they can only perform ship duty. So I figure, picking up and taking cargo would be part of that.
I clicked on them. Wizard can perform duties of one crew member that has no other abilities. The skeleton crew cannot speak, attack, or even defend themselves. The only orders they obey: operation of the ship. Not any weapons. A single. And you cannot. Okay. Yeah, there's no reason why you can't order them off the ship, but that's probably about it. I mean, you obviously, as it says there, you can't get them to attack or do anything like that. If you get them off, if they stand on the ship, get them off the ship, they just basically will stand there, not doing anything. And
All right. Well, what I'll command the skeleton crew to do is to guide the living pirates onto the dock, and then we'll wait for the dockmaster.
okay, so with as your ship comes into dock, there is a small crowd gathered there. There does seem to be a sort of a large military-esque contingency there as well. What seems to be of the town guard. As the planks and stuff are put in place, and then the crew start making their way off, the civilian populace quickly remove themselves from the situation, being that there's skeletons there. But obviously the guards and stuff, they more draw their weapons ready, just obviously because they're seeing undead walking off the ship. And they sort of stand there ready to react if need be. Obviously, they don't straight away run in and start attacking, because the scene's a little bit odd to them. Obviously, you guys are probably following on after the skeletons, but there seems to be human pirates, which are obviously tied up and everything, being led off. So they're not instantly doing what they might do if the skeletons were wielding weapons and stuff like that. You would have one soldier will step forward and come towards the living non-humanoid parts of the crew, which I assume you'll be you three as you are walking out with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The officer comes and trots up to you and goes, "Are they yours?"
We're turning them over for judgment. These are the pirates who remained alive after the attack.
I'm referring to the skeletons.
Milkthistle looks over his shoulder, smiles. Yes, they're mine.
Well, if you can return them to the ship or dismiss them, that would be appreciated.
Their duties will be done once the prisoners are turned over to your authority.
Well, you can consider them turned over.
Milkthistle turns and commands the skeletons, "Stand before me now."
They will obviously do as you say.
Your duties are complete. Return to the grave. And with a wave of his hoof, he commands the spell to end.
Now, this is where you find out I don't think you can dismiss the spell.
Can I not?
It doesn't have the big D next to it saying it's dismissible. I'm just trying to read the description to see if it will end sooner.
Well, it lasts for days per level, so that would be an entire week, which means they've got 5 days left.
You know what? Let's
I'll swab the poop deck till they die.
let's just cordon off the the ship and just set them to work on mindless tasks. That'll certainly.
Oh. One thing I did command them to do was to clear out the ship of pestilence. So like those who were maintaining the direction of the ship and everything, those who were left would be like catching rats and throwing them overboard.
I'm afraid the skeletons aren't probably going to be agile enough to catch rats and stuff like that. Just because they're only really designed to do ship tasks, so they're not nimble and they won't use weapons. So you'll probably find that they might get lucky occasionally, but with the odd rat, but they wouldn't have completely cleared the ship out of vermin, basically, because rats get everywhere.
In that case, I will command the skeleton crew to go to the bowels of the ship and just stay there.
Okay. They will turn and head back onto the ship. Once they're on the ship, the officer kind of calls his troops forwards to obviously remove the humanoids. and he looks back to you. I believe the it was council, wasn't it? I believe the council members would want to have a word with all of you. There's no more undead that we need to be worried about.
Understandable.
Although you should be forewarned, it is possible there is pestilence upon the ship. I recommend you send a cleaning crew to deal with the rats. Never mind with the skeletons. If you wish to destroy them, you may. They're no longer of any use to me.
I see.
I just imagine Alexandrite just walks onto the other ship, like, whistles.
Yeah, I was wondering when he was going to do that.
Right.
Is that legit what Alexandrite's doing, is dispatching the skeletons?
Sure, might have.
Okay.
Why not?
You walk and go, I've got this, and just walk onto the ship.
I've been wanting to do this for days.
There's a few sounds of skeletons, bones exploding everywhere, and then Alexandrite walks back off. It literally does not require rolls, given they will not defend themselves.
I don't remember if I mentioned this last week, but you asked if there was anything we were going to do on the trip back.
Yeah.
Milkfist would have prepared Make Whole, and he would have repaired the bed. I
Okay.
understand it wasn't with fleas, so it'll still have to be fumigated, but at least it's repaired.
Yeah, I believe that.
The beds if you want.
I mean, it's a huge bed. I don't know if you can carry it.
No, you definitely won't be able to carry it, and you will have to disassemble it to get it out of the captain's quarters.
Fireball.
No, do not cast Fireball on the ship.
It will kill the insect. It will make the brand new.
Yeah, it will also sink the ship.
Actually, what if we... it didn't rain on the way here, did it?
No, you've only got scattering of clouds, mostly clear today.
Okay, what if we brought the ship up on deck and then turned it into cinders, and then I cast Make Whole on it?
I don't think you can do something to the size of the ship.
Boo.
I think the bed was probably pushing your max size.
Okay. Well, regardless, we have brought a fully intact pirate ship with a fully defeated pirate crew, save for the Sea Witch, and we destroyed a monster that was in the routes that your ships used.
Yep.
So yeah, congratulations are in order. Let's go see the council.
Indeed.
Milkthistle looks to Nightshine. What was the name of the crew who sailed us out there?
You're here, you can just ask them.
Yeah, but it's rude.
Happy crew.
They were the young crew. They were the happy crew. They sang a lot of songs, but I don't remember their name.
Can I tell the ship?
You're
Just be
breaking.
like, this ship over here and its crew, we're...
I break him up?
You were.
Okay, well, regardless, Milkthistle's going to invite the ship crew that took us out into the ocean to come with us to the city council, because they deserve recognition as well.
Yeah.
Indeed.
They will happily come along, as obviously they were expecting to be paid for the work, and you said the council would. I'm just finding their names myself. I've got it listed somewhere.
I believe we promised them 160 gold total. It was like double the rate for taking us out there because it was a dangerous mission, and then 10% of the salvage of the ship itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1,000 gold bounty for a ship.
Ooh. That sounds about right to me. So I'm just trying to find. Okay, well, I'll keep looking for where I put their crew's name. As you guys make your way through the streets up to the council where you met the council originally. You would be allowed into their their hall, but you would be asked to sit down and wait, as not all of them are there at this point in time, and they would have to be summoned for you to meet them all, basically.
Oh,
And that would take a little bit of time, because obviously they do have duties within the city itself. So you are sat there waiting for half an hour until you guys are then summoned to the chamber. You are given food and water or refreshments in the time you are waiting. So if you did want to eat or anything else like that, you would have somebody who would be able to bring it to you.
Lord Weasel accepts this offer.
Do they have tea?
Yeah, if you want tea, they would ask what flavour you would want it.
Green tea with jasmine.
They definitely would be able to supply that.
Right. They have a black market? Nice.
do they have coffee?
That one probably not, as coffee is definitely one of those more luxury things. And
Chocolate.
yeah, if you ask for chocolate, you probably will be given a very tiny amount. Given what you returned with is probably the only reason why you'd be given any sort of chocolate. As normally that probably would not be possible.
These are kind of luxury items here.
Yeah. And you only be given...
Ask for like the standard whatever, food, water.
Yep.
Alright, but with that, after 30 minutes, you would then be summoned to the council chambers, along with the I found the what I was looking for the name of the pirates or the crew. Can I find them? The Bonnie Blackblade. Oh no, the Bonnie Blackblades.
It was something like that I was thinking.
Yeah. That's the name of the crew that accompanied you. They were the young up-and-coming group who were a little bit more green compared to the others.
Oh, now they're less green.
As you guys enter in, again you're not really in any massive formal grand meeting hall. It's more of what probably we refer to as a smoking room / lounge type of thing. As you are entered in, there are numerous chairs and stuff for you to sit down and what have you, and before anything majorly discussed, you do again have a servant there who does check to make sure if you want anything before they will head out either to fetch what you wish or to obviously leave you guys to your meeting. So if you want more tea, you can get more tea. With that then, the Dwarven Council member speaks up first a little bit with a little bit more of a gruffled voice. Well, I was just looking over your haul what you brought in, and it definitely matches the description of one of the vessels that we've been hunting for.
Indeed. It was quite the battle.
You'll see that both of your ships are perfectly well intact and brought back into your harbor safely.
Yes, we can certainly see that, says one of the sea ponies. And we thank you greatly for your help. I don't know if you saw in the harbour, but your ship arrived just... what's it? What day? Early yesterday. And we've had a number of crew overlooking it, a number of skilled carpenters and shipwriters currently looking over it, seeing what can be done.
And you have employed the assistance of those in the squalor outside the city, yes?
We have, they have been requested to begin making arrows and bows as you have been requested.
Very good.
And we've also been looking to gather those who are of a particular skill to make ready for travel over. I believe you wanted to take skilled individuals, but I'm afraid you're probably going to have to take less than you plan to, as numerous of them do have families, and they have at least some of them do not want to break up their families.
That is quite fair.
I can't remember. Did you? Yeah, I think you guys told them that there's a military force heading towards Ville, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
the council, certainly.
Yeah, you did. We did inform those who were selected of the situation. So some of them will not be coming with their families, but some of them do not wish to be separated. But that's mostly their children are obviously part of their helping force. As obviously fathers tend to teach their daughters and sons the craft, or even their mothers will teach their daughters and sons the craft. We should have a full idea by the end of the day how long it will take to fit the ship as in whatever condition that what you want it in, and what sort of cannery we can equip it with as well. So by all means, we will have the we have the Watchful Mares is able to provide you with accommodation while you wait.
Thank you. And how long do you think it will be before we can set sail or use our ship again?
Well, I mean, if you wish to use your ship, you can be on it. Well, you can go to it, but there are obviously skilled crafters inspecting it and giving it the rundown. But
I mean, after everything's done.
they all kind of look towards the dwarf at this point, and he goes, "Give us 2 more hours, and I'll be able to tell you what sort of work it will take, and you can decide to what level of craftsmanship you want."
When will we secure payment?
Sorry, say again?
When will we secure our payment?
So you wanted the ship refitted, you wanted the arrows and the bows, and are you also referring to obviously the pirates and stuff? The ship and what have you. Well, if you require the gold now, we can definitely sort that out for you.
Yes, we do.
All right. Well, we'll have the guards bring it over to you with the watchful mare within the next hour.
Very well. Bonnie Black Blades, to the tavern.
This is indeed a cause for celebration.
One of them will call out, "Drinks on you, then, sir."
No, drinks are on you. Use your new gold.
We'll be waiting for it though.
Alright, are there any interruptions on the way to the tavern?
No, not really. To be honest, most of the gathering will probably be back at the ship now the skeletons have disappeared, and most people oohing and ahhing over that. You might have the odd people whisper as and sort of talk about, obviously, you lot are those who captured the pirate ship, but otherwise, no one will step out and attempt to hinder you or anything like that.
Alright, then Milk Thistle will go and wait for the tavern. We'll need a large table, though, because there's 8 members of the Black Blades, correct?
Yes.
Alright, so 8 members of the Black Blades, and then there's Nightshine, myself, Alexandrite, Requiem, and then Ember. So 5 of us, so 13. We need a table that seats 13.
Okay. When you get in there, they will have to push together sort of 2 of their larger tables, but with that, you would be able to accommodate your larger group.
Alright, and while we're there, we'll wait for the money to arrive.
So what will happen is a small unit of guard will come in with a locked box, basically. Once they see you, they head over, they will place the locked box on the table, at which point, obviously, they will unlock it, and then they will take out the gold, which will be given to you in platinum.
Awesome. Was there anything on the ship that we're going to be salvaging to sell off as well, or is it just strictly going to be 1,000 gold?
Well, I gave you everything that was on the ship last time, so that's what I'm assuming you guys will be stripping off and selling. I don't know if anyone sat and worked out the math on how much it would be.
I did.
I know it was in notes, isn't it? Yeah, here it is. I see what you typed out. Alright, is there anything in here that we wanted to keep? I know Nightshine wanted a canopy bed, but that's a bit unrealistic. Did you still want it?
No, it was much.
Okay. Alright, so we have an additional 10 platinum pieces, 55 gold, 14 silver, 16 copper pieces. And then we add another 100 platinum to that. Cool.
Yeah. And then they will pay the pirate crew the agreed price that you guys set out, and they will definitely celebrate for a job well done. Once you guys are paid, they will the guards will take the chest and head back out. And the Bonnie Black Blades will raise a toast to you all for giving them the chance to test their mettle, so to speak.
The Milk Thistle, in return, will raise a drink of his own. And he'll say to the party at the entire table, in fact, he's going to stand on top of the table and speak boisterously, so we have the attention of the entire tavern, including every single other crew that turned us down specifically.
You actually, they were in the one-legged mare where you hired them from. You're actually in a bit more upmarket tavern than you were previously.
Oh, you know what? Word travels quickly, so this will be fun. And Milk Thistle will raise a toast to the Bonnie Blackblades. To your courage, your diligence, and your ability to keep our ship afloat. You took us into the eye of the storm and returned us to port safely. And as you can see, you've been paid well. Let every single crew in this entire Cerulean Tide anchorage know that if you go with us, you go to glory. Cheers!
Cheers.
Cheers, as all of the crew would join in.
And then Milk Thistle will spend the next 10 minutes singing praises to the Nightmare and crafting an absolutely delicious meal.
Oi! No outside food! Sorry.
Milk Thistle will pull out a single platinum coin and toss it to the barkeep to get him to hush up, because this is more important.
I mean, with that, they would take it and be quiet.
And like with that, you could just have the barkeep give us food.
Alright, I take it we should divide this up evenly amongst ourselves, correct?
Yes, I basically will leave it to you guys to divide up your own coins.
Okay. So I've done what I'm going to be doing. I'll do the math to get all this tallied up, and that way everybody gets an even 5-way split, minus the 16 platinum for the
No, it's 6-way. You forgot Lord Weasel.
Lord Weasel is on your dime,
Why?
because he's your pet.
Well, aren't you Lightning's pet?
No, I am not. Alexandra might. So yeah, maybe we can just split it 4 ways. Alexandra, you're the charitable sword. You wouldn't object to giving your money to Lord Weasel, would you?
I would, personally.
I'll let you know, he fought as hard as you. And instead of being busy doing whatever you were doing on that ship, he was looking for the loot. He deserves his share.
Well, what does Lord Weasel need to buy?
I look at Mr. Weasel. Mr. Weasel whistles back to me. He wishes to sleep on a pile of gold.
You can sleep on your pile of gold.
But that's my money. He wants his money. He's a little dragon.
Then he shouldn't need much gold at all.
Yeah, just his share.
In fact, you might be able to take a lot of copper pieces and paint them gold.
He's not dumb. He
Why don't
looks
you
like
just take 1 platinum piece and turn it into 100 gold?
10 gold.
Or 10 gold, yeah, sorry.
I mean, sure, that's the plan. But
Alright,
he needs
so-
he deserves his share. He looks very, very weaselly to you too.
Wait just a second. GM,
Yeah.
where you posted this on December 4th, 10 platinum pieces, 55 gold. That's all the coinage, correct?
I believe so. Let me have a look again.
So do we need to add all the value of the gems as well?
If you're going to literally sell the gems, then yeah, you would have to add up the value of the gems, because that is the each one of those gems has that monetary cost. So if you needed to spend 500 gold, you could literally hand somebody just that one gem, which is worth 500 gold
Okay,
pieces.
I will recalculate.
I did calculate if you look down.
Oh yeah, yeah. It comes out at 1,595 gold pieces from gems.
Well, you've got like these decimal points, like 0.56 GP from coins.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, so the 0.56 will be 56 silver basically.
No, that can't be right, because 56 silver would translate into 5 additional gold.
Yeah, that is true.
So that would be, okay, that would be like 5 silver, 6 copper?
Yeah, it must be.
Okay, that makes more sense. Alright, so, Nightshine, the way you've got this calculated up, let's see, 307 GP, 8 silver, 7 CP for each, if split 6-way. some left that can be split easily.
And
Okay.
6-way does account for Lord Weasel.
But we don't have 6 players, we have 5.
We have Lord Weasel.
No.
He,
Lord Weasel will have to have a share of your 5th. So
Mhm.
we're going to have to take this 1,847 gold and divide that by 5 instead of 6.
Lord Weasel look at you with anger in his eyes.
Milk Thistle is unimpressed by his beady little black eyes.
All right, so for the next game, I'm gonna count my snake for when we divide treasure.
Your snake doesn't need money for anything.
Neither does Lord Weasel in that
He
case.
does. He's a little dragon. He wishes to sleep on a pile of gold.
Doesn't matter. If a snake doesn't need money, then neither does Lord Weasel. Case in point.
Actually, I could give my snake magical items. So
Well, I will point out the snake doesn't exist, so let's not talk about said snake.
Fair enough.
Alright, so this totals out to 369 gold, 4 silver, and 4.5 copper. Do we round up or down? It's a copper piece. So
Yeah, so I would
you-
say you probably would round it down because you can't cut a bit of copper to get that 0.5. So it's either a whole piece or not a piece.
Alright, so split with everything of value being sold and the gems being sold for coinage and the reward. Oh, real quick, Paolo, did you calculate in the 1,000 gold we get from the ship?
No,
Was that a yes or a no?
that was a no.
Okay, then yeah, we have to recalculate again. Good grief.
all right, well, while this is going on, I'm going to get some tea because I'm getting a headache.
Yeah, Milk Thistle is getting frustrated speaking with Nightshine because he wants his math to be exact and everything is just being messed up right now.
You
Right.
just need to add on 1,000 of that.
Yeah, you are correct. Alright, so it's actually 100 platinum. Alright, so 100 divided by 5 is 20. Okay, so the total payment for everything we've done is 20 platinum, 369 gold, 4 silver, 4 copper. And I'm putting that in IC notes.
I will pop it in chat just so you guys can see it there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think I just put that in Sylvan, so that probably means Milk Thistle doesn't understand it. Is it? Can you see what I just wrote? Milk
Yeah.
Thistle, because I wanted to check to make sure it's not in Sylvan.
Oh, let me check. Yes, I can read that.
Oh, okay, cool. So there you go, it's there as well.
So we got a very handsome payday. So that is what all 5 of us get. Nightshine, since Lord Weasel is in your employ, you will have to divvy out what you believe he's worth. So you can stop being angry at me, Lord Weasel. Talk to your boss.
He's still angry at you, for he did his part.
And that's why he should be well rewarded by the one who cares for him most.
I'm going to give Lightning her money before I forget. So you 69.
Outstanding. All right.
Ooh.
And all right, one final calculation. 160 divided by 5. If we all pay 32 gold pieces, we will be able to pay off the reward for our ship crew.
Let me see. You said 32 gold?
Yeah, if all 5 of us pay 32 gold, that'll pay the reward to the ship crew. The
Wow.
body black.
I have 22 gold on me.
You just got
So I can-
369.
Oh. That's each?
Yes.
All right,
Yes.
just making sure.
Yeah, what skill just wrote into our chat right there? 20 platinum, 369 gold, 4 silver, 4 copper. That's your share. Everybody
Oh,
gets that.
all right. My bad.
When
Yeah,
you're
in
like,
total, it's like 110 platinum, 369, 4 silver, 4 copper, however much it was.
when you're like, oh, I've got this much gold. I'm like, you've got a lot more gold than that.
All right. Well, sorry, it's been a busy day.
That's fine.
All right. So yeah, he'll. I just can't brain today. My brain's like still defrosting.
Well, Windows has a built-in calculator. I recommend you use that so you don't have to math.
I'll tell you what, we'll help you do it this way real quick. Look at your inventory, tell me how many platinum pieces you have, and I'll type it out.
20.
You have 20. How many gold pieces?
369.
Oh, no. I mean, like, previously. Like,
Oh.
what was your previous total?
Oh, previous platinum was 0. Gold was 22.
22. Silver?
That was 0, and copper was also 0.
Okay. So, from here, your total amount is going to be 20 platinum, and then 369 plus 22 equals, you will have 391 gold, and then you have 4 silver, 4 copper. So you got lots of coins jiggling around in your pockets.
All
And
right.
now what you do is you take that 391, subtract 32, you now have 359 gold pieces.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like, and normally I don't have this much trouble with math.
It's all right. That's why God invented calculators, so that way we don't have to worry about human error.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God didn't invent calculators. Texas Instruments did. Yeah, but who invented Texas Instruments? God 1, atheist 0.
Okay. All right. Is everyone happy with math and done their payment and calculations?
I'm certainly happy.
I'm happy.
Alexandra, you're a paladin. You're always happy. You're actually being very quiet today. Are you okay?
Remember, he had to go make tea.
Oh, no, I didn't remember that. Okay.
I didn't realise. I thought it was back by now. Never mind.
All right. Well, regardless, we have been paid. We have been incredibly successful. No one important died. And we have lots of drink and fresh food to eat, like the best food this crew has likely ever seen in their lives, and they get to feast on it.
Oh yeah, they definitely will get in there and enjoy the feast. So they're tucking in, eating food, and enjoying everything that is there for them. So you guys probably can sit and enjoy your feast for a good 2 hours. I mean, there's enough food for you guys to sit, drink, for them to share stories, for you guys to share stories. At which point, after the 2 hours, the dwarf will come in, and he's carrying a sheet of paper. And we'll stand somewhere so you can still see him, rather than like you having to trying to look over the table or anything like that. So we've gone over your ship, and we can definitely ensure that we put 4 smaller cannons below deck and 4 small cannons above deck. Unless we start cutting larger holes in your lower deck to widen the firing slots for the larger cannons. You'll have to have small ones. Though, if we try and cut through the hole, that will be very difficult, as your ship is made out of metal with wood covering. which was surprising. But I suppose your ship is also flying, so I don't. Well, it doesn't matter. It's made out of metal, so any modifications to the actual hull is probably going to be a long job.
I'm unfamiliar with cannon payloads. How destructive are smaller cannons?
They generally have shorter range and don't make as large holes in other ships, but you're probably not going to be firing at other ships. What you plan to shoot at?
Infantry from a high position.
Indeed. Siege towers, anything that has long-range capabilities, possible ground troops.
Bolts, things like that.
You will have to be a bit more precise with your shots, but you should still get the same sort of effects. The cannonballs will be lighter, so they should travel further at least.
Any damage is good damage.
More range.
Yes. Again, if you're aiming at people, once it hits the ground and the cannonball starts rolling, it's likely to stop sooner. You will likely penetrate one wooden structure in regards to siege towers or siege equipment, but you would still be able to fire through a stone wall if you're close enough. At extreme range, you probably won't get any effect, but within half range or closer, you should have effect, which will be about anywhere between 400 to 200 meters. You should be able to penetrate stone.
Indeed. And I suppose if we end up hitting something with at least metal armor, it'll take them off their feet, given sheer force and velocity.
But if you're on about a person, you would turn him into. You ever seen a watermelon explode?
Yeah.
Yeah, that will happen to the person in metal armor.
This is gonna be fun.
But we can put some on deck as well. Though you've got a odd looking device that giving out some weird humming on there. We stayed away from that thing.
Best you do. In fact, don't come within arm's reach of it. Give it a clear berth.
Right.
Yeah.
Now your ship doesn't have any means of getting large supplies down below deck other than through the stairs. So getting the cannons in there will take longer as we have to put them in piece by piece and assemble them inside the ship.
How many days to be exact are we looking at?
You're probably looking an extra hour per cannon, but given that you're the only ship in dock that we're going to be doing work on, we've got plenty of hoofs on hand and hands to deal with this thing.
Fair enough.
Let's talk about the hull. So there's plenty of woodwork that needs to be replaced, but it's all superficial. You've got a metal hull, and the wood's there just to make it look pretty. So you don't need to do anything with the wood unless you want your ship to look pretty. That will obviously take time to fashion and put into place, and depends on what level of pretty you want. Patchworks to fix it, we'll probably be able to get it done in 2-3 days at most. You actually want to properly make it look like it's your flagship. Leave it with us with a month. It will have an entire new pristine looking hull.
Aesthetics are really good if they're functional. We need an armored ship. What would it take for you to strengthen the hull of the ship?
We could only put wood on it, and that probably would add no additional strength to what you've already got. Armour platings, you're in the... I may be a dwarf, but we ain't got the equipment here what you need. You want a full-on dwarven forge to add any actual armour to metal vessel.
Can we localize armor in the most vulnerable areas? It's not necessary to armor the entire ship. That would weigh it down and make it too slow, probably too heavy to get off the ground. But if we focus on engineering and the most structurally weak areas and armor that would stand our best chance of survival. Can you do that?
He sort of thinks for a moment. Again, we can armour your the engineering room. Well, if you want proper reinforcement, we'll have to remove the wooden slats, and then we can add on, obviously, possibly some metal overlays on it. That definitely will lose the prettiness if you just want to leave it exposed metal. The downside is it will make that part of the ship stand out because you've got metal exposed rather than the wood covering it. So it might give your enemy an idea of targeting that location. Because obviously you're clearly protecting something and they might focus on it.
So I kind of think the camouflage would have to be enough armor as is.
Like I said, we could do the patchwork. That will at least remove any bits where the wood is rotten through and what have you, and it will help the bottom of your ship, which is probably where you're more likely to receive impacts, but to be honest, the lower part of your ship does look quite sturdy.
It seems like we'll have to make a trade-off. Do we want to be a slow hulking monstrosity that does tremendous damage, or do we want to be fast and nimble?
Considering we only have a few days before the army possibly would show up, I think just doing what's quickest would be best.
Indeed. As much as I don't like the idea, it's better to be quick as is.
Being quick is good, but we need to make sure that we have the right equipment. Counselor, what would it take to reduce the weight of the ship to increase its speed? So that way we have the highest mobility possible with the firepower we're taking.
I'll be honest with you, I can't make heads or tails of the thing you've got powering that vessel. It'll be difficult to work out how it functions, but I don't think weight makes a difference. To make it faster, you need to work out what makes it tick and find out what's missing. I think you're going to get I don't think us adding weight to it is going to make much difference. I mean, it's a flying metal bathtub basically, and it moves gracefully based on how it came in and landed in the water. I wouldn't be able to get any sort of airship or anything like that. What I've heard tales of.
Very well.
Like I said, all we can add,
Right.
we wouldn't even be able to add the armoured plating unless you had a dwarven forge, which we haven't got here.
So apart from the hull being weak, the few repairs you can make, and the addition of the small cannons, what other modifications can you recommend?
Well, I don't know if the hull is weak, unless you want me to test by firing a cannon at your metal hull. Like I said,
No.
we'll just be replacing the rotted wood just to make it look a bit nicer in various places to help give it a little bit more reinforcement. And the cannons, that'll be the quickest thing we can do in the shortest length of time. We can give you better sails. That may give you more speed, but unless you want to disguise your ship as an actual ship, you probably won't get much use out of the sails, to be honest. They look, based on how the ship was moving, artificial, I'll be honest. We probably could cut them off and you'll probably be fine, to be honest. Except for if it loses its engine room, then it won't be much good as a ship.
We'll keep the cells that it has, replace any damaged ones. So beyond minor repairs and the addition of, did you say 4 additional cannons, top deck and bottom deck?
4 below, 2 above. If you want us to stay away from your orb, then we can get 2 on there.
Very well then, we'll take what we can.
Alright, well, we'll be able to get most of the cannons on in the next day or 2. The down thing can float, so it makes our life easier in regards to getting to where we need to for work. So it speeds up the job pretty significantly.
Since the ship is here, where's Captain Swiftgadget?
On the ship, shouting at most of the people on there who are poking around. She doesn't take too kindly to people walking around her ship and pulling bits of it off.
And did a representative of the Field Marshal come with her?
Yes, I believe we've got one of their siege engineers with them, as well as another one of their generals who were also discussing things in regards to what they can do. They also seem to be interested in, obviously, personnel here and a few other things, but I believe they are having. They have spoken to the council separately.
Make sure you keep them fully informed and don't hide anything from them.
Well, technically, I think he outranks you, so.
As far as the military is concerned, yes, but our overall mission, no. Is there anything else, Counselor?
Not that I can think of, at least not concerning your ship.
Grab a turkey on your way out then. There's plenty of food.
Like he I mean, yeah, he's a dwarf. He will definitely help himself. That will give us more time to put together more arrows and other equipment for that you've requested, and a chance for the personnel who are coming back to you to get themselves sorted.
And these will be including enough powder and shells for all of the cannons, yes?
We could definitely, we're definitely providing you the gunpowder and the ammunition for probably 8 shots for each cannon. So we don't quite know. We don't quite know how much more you would need, but gunpowder isn't a substance which is too hard to put together if you have the right sort of alchemist.
About 48 shots,
which is reasonable for a six cannon ship.
It will do.
Should be.
Well, you normally don't want to be walking around with too much gunpowder on your ship. One mistake and it blows you sky high.
Cause you to blow up right out of your, well, if you're wearing socks, shoes, and turn into melted wool puddle right there on the ground.
Wow, more you end up with bits of you everywhere.
And I think the ship is going to be taking out single targets more than general firefighting.
I mean, we can give you we've got some chain shots and grape shots if you also want to substitute any cannons out. Any ammo out, I should say.
That might not be a bad idea. I'm sorry, I don't quite know. I'm not really a sailor, so can you explain what grape shots and what were the other ones?
Chain shot. Chain
Chain
shot, good at taking out your central mast on enemy ships or their sails. Rip a good large sections of the sails apart, or even the central mast if you score a good hit. Cripples their speed. Grape shot, you want that for the crew. Um, Generally leaves the ship with less holes, but rips through the ship, penetrating the crew.
Out of character, because Milk Thistle wouldn't know this, grape shot is essentially turning a cannon into a shotgun.
Yeah.
You got little grape-sized cannonballs, and you stuff them all together in a giant wad, and when the cannon goes off, boom,
Yeah,
spreads it out.
I know it. It's just Alexandrite doesn't. So.
Oh, you're in character. Sure.
So if you're looking to take out people, you want the grape.
That does sound useful for what we're doing.
Indeed. Well, I suppose we shall finish our meal then and adjourn for the night.
And we'll begin work on what's on your vessel first thing in the morning.
Alright.
I don't think we, out of character, I don't think we need many chain shots, but grape shots sound useful as well. So.
Well, the utility of grape shot is you get a wider arc than with a regular shot. They're basically two regular-sized cannonballs, but they're connected by a chain that tumble through the air. You can actually do tremendous damage to infantry and siege vehicles with those.
Yeah.
They tend to be a lot more wildly inaccurate, just because of the nature of how the chain shot.
It's not a bad idea to have.
How about 5 each then? There for the grape and chain.
Well, if we take 2 shots for each cannon and keep them by each cannon, that will be 12 chain shots. And then if we're going to be targeting infantry a lot, if we're going to be shooting from a high elevated position, we can basically create artillery barrages.
Mm-hmm.
We can be out of the range of most of their weapons and just drop cannonballs down on top of them. And if we get close, then grape shot would be much more effective.
I was just thinking grape shots were like, oh hey, there's a caster being annoying.
You do have to get relatively close to use grape shot, as it is a short range weapon firing. It doesn't work over long distance.
I don't think a flying ship will get close to the enemies.
If the generals know what they're about and they're able to calculate speed of projectile, windage, how fast we're traveling, you know, if they're able to do all of that trigonometry on the fly, we should be able to fly outside the range of most of their weapons and spellcasters and just rain cannonballs down on top of them.
Maybe pick up a couple of fire bombs as well, because you can always load those into a cannon and launch them.
Oh, and stink bombs. Never underestimate the power of stink.
I was gonna say, with fire bombs and like stink bombs, we just throw them over deck, I think.
Yeah, just get like a whole bunch of alchemist fire and turn the bag up on top of the enemy and just watch them catch.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, no, not me into like shit on your idea, Burn, but I'm just like, I don't like the idea of throwing things that aren't made for cannons into cannons.
I mean, there's a reason I said that, but that's an after game thing.
Oh yeah, by the way, is the total amount that for everyone, or?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Are we removing? You're moving 32 gold to pay the pirates, the crew, I mean.
Oh yes, once you add this total, subtract 32 gold from your inventory, and that'll be your portion of the payment to pay the black bonnie bonnets, whatever they're called.
Bonnie Black Blades.
Is Same thing. If nothing else is happening in the tavern still, Milk would suggest to the crew, we should go and speak to the general and let them know of our progress here and see what they need. Is everyone asleep today?
I'm sorry.
I got a bit of a migraine today, so.
I think Christmas.
Okay.
I think the busyness of December's getting to people.
Yeah.
Especially retail. Retail during Christmas. Don't work it.
Ooh.
Stay out of retail, guys.
I did get an awesome mug yesterday. I went to a Christmas party and we did a gift exchange. And the rules of the game are everybody draws a number out of a basket, 1 through 21 for the number of people there, and you go in numerical order. First person gets to pick a gift. Second person can either choose a gift or they can steal the gift from the person, from anybody who's currently holding one. The next person who comes up can steal any gift. But if they're stealing a gift that's already been stolen, then they have to duel. So we had foam swords, and one of our coaches is a referee, and she would step in and she's like, okay, first one to strike the other person's torso 3 times wins. And whoever wins the duel gets to keep the gift, and the other, if you get your gift stolen, you have to pick another gift from the middle.
Alright. If you like, I can move. Oh, I'll move you guys over to the ship just so you can have a look at it and get an idea of where the cannons will be.
Sure.
Sending is a 25-word message, correct?
Correct.
I believe so.
Okay. And I'll prepare a message for tomorrow and I'll send that to you still.
Yeah, that's fine. Are you guys moving over to the...
We're on a white screen. It's loaded up, but it's still just white. Oh, now it flashed 100%, but it's still white.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
I think we're slowly getting there.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
There we go.
Alright, oh, you are over there. How the hell did you get over there? Get over here. I'll put you on the thing. Alright, also, you guys can test if you go down the stairs, you should actually go down the stairs.
Oh my god, let me try this.
Oh, hey, wishful thinking.
That is cool. We no longer need to wait for you to move us, please.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really awesome.
There's our friendly neighborhood robot. Wait, has the mast always been down here?
That's not the mast, that is the steering wheel. It was moved... yeah, the helm was moved... Well, that was moved down here when you retrieved the one component which made the control panel upstairs work. Now there's like think of like the Star Trek control panel. That's basically what the captain uses to fly the ship with. Oh no, go down and right. There we go.
Oh, wow.
That's
This is pretty cool.
Yeah, good job, bro.
So yeah, this is now what the captain uses to fly the ship with. It used to be the steering wheel, which was below deck, but she ripped it out and put that back in. The only reason why the steering wheel was up here is because the ship stopped working as a flying ship, so the only way she could move it was jury-rigging the wheel so that it made it steer the ship.
Good afternoon, Captain.
She looks at you and goes, they've been all over the place, touching everything, trying to poke things. I'm sure one of them almost blew us up trying to play with the chemicals below deck.
Well, I trust you're keeping them on the straight and narrow.
I'm gonna have my mane falling out all over the place with the amount of hooves all over this place.
You might even have to give up alcohol just so you can stay focused and make sure no one dies.
I'm hoping it's not going to get that bad.
Apart from them fingering everything, what do you think of the modifications to your ship?
it had cannons at one point, so they're adding cannons, and they want to add wood below where the hull has become rotten, but it won't have the same look anyway. And it appears that they had potential drawing plans to add a what is it? What you've got the big pole that sticks out the end of the ship, and it normally has like a decorative marking on the front. I can't think of what that's called.
Do you mean a figurehead?
Yeah, figurehead. But it appears you guys don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Perhaps when we don't have 1,000 army breathing down our necks, we might have time to beautify the ship. But for now, we need to think of practicality and efficiency.
Oh yeah, there's an army.
Yeah, we have very limited time to get this done and to get back.
We were just
I'm gonna have basically this person to represent the guard pony, not guard, the general who accompanied the crew or the rest of the ship, who will come and on deck to find you. Can I turn him? Yes, I can. He will show back up. Clearly, he was talking to various people on shore, and has come and found you. Seems that you've acquired us some good amount of additional ranged ammunition. We'll make good use of the civilian populace, having them out, standing outside of the range, firing over the walls. Be well suited during the siege.
Yes, General, and that's not all. We've also put a lot of the civilian population here to work crafting arrows and bows for us.
Yeah, that's what he's referring to.
Oh, okay. I thought he meant like just the cannons in general firing over the civilians.
No, the cannons here, they will give us a stronger strategic point to strengthen and go after choice targets. This will be our trump card, so to speak. It won't win us the fight, but it will definitely help us deal with difficult situations.
Should give
Yes,
us
General. Well, we may not have fully trained soldiers with these bows. Every single civilian should be able to draw and fire one.
My point exactly. That will help thin the forces as they lay siege to the walls.
Has there been any additional intel coming in regards to the army? Have they reached the city yet?
No, and it appears the intel that was given originally was incorrect, and they were likely dealing with old information when they said they were only 6 days away. When our scouts reported back, they were a lot. Mary, stop that. They were a lot further than 6 days away. At least that's when I believe you last were informed of time.
Yes. How far away were they?
They were at least a good. We estimate 12 days.
That is a large discrepancy, General. How could your scouts have been so wrong?
Though that was not our scouts, that was the scouts that went out beforehand. I believe that was what the city sent out. Our ones were sent out, and it took them a little bit of time to get there and return. And we got word of the 12 days not long after you left on this errand here.
How many days ago?
Stop it. Sorry, what was that?
How many days? They were 12 days away.
Now they should be about 8 days away.
Oh, that's good news.
indeed.
Was there any other information in regards to their size and strength? Because our initial report said 6,000.
Our scouts did not get that close, as their main thing was to actually report back with intel rather than trying to get too close. But the numbers seem to point towards 6,000 fighting troops and anywhere between guaranteed 6,000 fighting troops and somewhere in the area of an additional 4,000 support slash other fighting units.
And upon hearing that, Burn sort of rests up both on his forehead. He's like, okay, so let's see. We're looking at 10,000 troops in total.
Some of those will be support. You can't march an army on just an army. You need those to for repair work. You will need those to tend to the horses they seem to have, as well as the dogs. So there's support hands, which make up a good portion with that size of a force.
Maybe there's a way we can take out their support.
Not likely. Any direct conflict to try and deal with their support, you are dealing with the potential 6,000 troops. Any assault at this point, you will be trying to assault the entire thing. They are moving as a unit, or an army, I should say.
General, have you been briefed on the progress of the militia? We have managed to bring a few heroes into Village of Town to train the militia. Do you have any word on their progress?
This is going as fast as you can train civilians. It's not going to be... They're not going to be much of a fighting unit, but they're going to be able to at least swing a sword, a stick, or whatever you stuff in their mouth at least. But there will be those that are more skilled than others, and it's just it's just a matter of using their numbers at the right points to either buy time or to soften the enemy. Sad, as bad as that sounds.
And with the new time frame of 12 days instead of 6, will our reinforcements make it to us in time?
There have been some. There's been some delays there. It appears the walk through the forest is going slower than anticipated. Given the time frame, they're looking to arrive a day after the army does. Now we're looking into what we can do to, if we can speed that up, or if we are going to try and get them to make their way into the city before the enemy forces know what's going on, or if we're going to leave them outside and have them come in as a counterattack when the army pushes into the city as a surprise reinforcements.
I think...
Have traps been set up outside the city walls to slow them down?
You mean reinforcements? Or you mean like spikes at the bottom, trying to dig trenches, that sort of thing?
Yes.
We're mostly reinforcing the main gates to stop battering rams and that sort of thing. We don't have the suitable manpower to make any decent trenches around the city. And if we reinforce certain points too much, they may attack obviously more weaker points. So we're focusing on what we can do to slow them down inside of the city. So rigging certain buildings to be destroyed, to block up streets, funneling them through more narrower streets, and so we might have to do more guerrilla warfare if necessary.
Well, as long as we can last the night, I think we will do fine until the reinforcements come.
Indeed. And if push comes to shove and they do make their way We could always pull a fair bit of guerrilla warfare.
Well,
And
it's an army. They're unlikely to lay siege the moment they arrive, as you don't siege a well-fortified city without siege equipment, and we already know they do not carry anything with them, and it will take them a good week or two to build any siege equipment.
So with our new ship here, we'll be able to target that siege equipment to destroy them and slow them down.
Yes, so we definitely have a number of options that we can do.
What do you recommend we do in the meantime? The ship repairs won't take more than a couple of days, and they'll be starting on that first thing in the morning. We're going to forgo any amount of aesthetic enhancements to the ship and focus strictly on functionality.
There's not a lot we can do. We've given them the offers that we can, and they've accepted where they can. And we'll be taking equipment as well as hoof power and what we can from here. When we send word of either the defeat or a success, depends on what happens next. Should we win the day, we're going to sort out means to escort a good portion of their populace to the city, because it's going to need a lot of repair work depending on what happens. So skilled crafters are going to be at a premium.
And how's morale in the city?
I'll be honest, I'm not one for the morale side of things, but for the general populace, they are definitely, there's a lot of nervousness and talks of attempting to leave, I'm sure, but it's no surprise given the situation. I know the council's members are doing their best to keep spirits high, so to speak, but we're here to try and at least defend your city, not ensure that the most of the populace stay happy. It's going to be not very pretty, and there's going to be a lot of unhappy faces by the end of this. But let's hope there's a city at the end of it all.
There will be an empire at the end of it all.
Indeed. And war never changes. In all the years, never once has it changed.
I feel like I've heard that expression before. Did you read it in a book?
Yes, I read it in a book. One of those newfangled dime novels. What's your point, Alexandra?
Sounds like something from Blaze.
And imagine having like 100-page paperback book, a short story that you could just buy for 10 cents.
But for the moment, we've at least earned our minor respite before we have to get back and continue working. There's little we can do here other than wait for repairs and the equipment to be brought over and loaded onto the vessel.
Indeed.
Captain Swift Gadget, how long will it take to travel back to Belgertown?
It took us 2.5 days to get here, so it'll be 2.5 days to get back.
The repairs to the ship will be done within 2 days. And I imagine while the repairs are being done, the cargo can be loaded up. So approximately 5.5 days starting tomorrow morning.
That will give us 3 days and, well, 2.5 days until the army arrives. So there'll be little we can do to make the difference. It's down to everything else there. We'll be arriving and we'll be at the tail end of the reinforcements and the setup.
I could get my training done by that time.
Hey!
Burns, he's kind of thinking about something, and he's looking to the top of the crow's nest where the flag would go. Then his eyes go straight to the banner that's on his saddle rack, and he's contemplating something. How how big of a uh, flag can this thing hold? Steel.
Um, it's a fairly sized ship, so it can definitely hold a decent sized flag. The only downside is the one you've got in your banner is designed to be as a banner. It's not designed to fly at a 90-degree angle like normal flags are, so it
Oh,
wouldn't
no,
look
no.
right if you put it up there.
Oh no, what I was thinking about doing, I don't know how much gold this will cost me, but Bird was thinking about commissioning a flag based off the banner and, raising it on the ship.
Uh, Probably would cost a good amount of gold. The only downside, um, making a flag with as decorative as the one you have got actually will take quite a while. You're looking at about 2 months of crafting, just because of making highly detailed flags by hand, which they'll have to do. I believe
Yeah.
does take a while.
Yeah, so that's something to think about after the invasion is done and over with.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it'll
What
be.
about what about things like propaganda, like paying artisans to craft the symbol of Queen Iliana, which was the symbol of the unification of the empire back in the day? What would it take to mass produce those so people could start hanging them off their houses and things?
Depends on what sort of size you want it at. If you're looking at, say, like a small wooden plaque, um, a crafter probably could craft a single one of those in a day. It will probably be relatively crude, but if you're looking at like mass producing, it'll be no bigger than like a dinner plate type thing.
And propaganda takes time.
It does.
Mhm.
I mean, the probably the quickest thing you like on a more mass scale would be like a printing press type thing, but again that will take time to set up the printing inks and then start actually getting out a significant number of prints, and you'll be better off doing printing stuff in the city.
Mhm.
All right, so Milk Thistle is thinking out loud. It seems as though we won't be able to focus as much on the unification of the empire as I had hoped. This battle is not going to be the deciding factor, as I had thought. The battle, however, will be a great symbol of unification, and we can use that further in the future. So let us not ponder on propaganda at this moment, but let us show the strength of unification within Village Town, and then we can spread that throughout the empire as we form it.
Alexander was like, I wasn't even thinking of propaganda.
You should be. You do not build an empire based on will alone. You have to get the
Yeah,
will of the people.
Indeed.
well, yes, and I think the best way to do that is with trust.
And they will know they can trust us to protect them once this army is dealt with.
Quite so.
Burned.
Hmm, yes.
You had mentioned before that you wanted to communicate with your master. Since we're going to be here for 2 days, I will be prepping message to send messages out. Prep a 25-word message for your master, and I'll send it to him.
All right. I just need to figure out what I'm gonna say exactly. So if you'll give me like an hour or maybe two, I can do it.
Just have it ready for me by tomorrow.
I also think we should take time to learn how to use cannons.
Indeed.
Maybe we could invite a crew that sailed with us to come along back to Village Town.
What do you say, Captain? Are you willing to give the crew orders?
Hmm. As long as they understand I'm the captain.
The previous captain might have a sour pit in his stomach, but he will be sailing on a much more impressive ship. If you do need a first officer, I would recommend him. He showed great bravery and did not hide from battle.
I suppose the ship could use a decent crew.
I mean, after all, it is just you and us on here, and we can only do so much.
Well,
Just think of it as people you can order around.
I can make people give me
Indeed.
drinks.
Yes, and maybe you can scrub the stains out of your deck.
I suppose there's a lot of alcohol stains across here. Well, actually, it's metal, yeah. Well then, I can't see this being a bad thing.
By the way,
Okay.
Captain, what is the name of your ship?
I think it was once on the side of it, but I think it was a ruminant word.
Your mom.
I think it was called Eternity.
Hmm.
I mean, or at least that's what the
No.
translation was. I can't remember exactly what it was in ruminant.
The ship is being reforged with a new purpose. It should have a new name.
Meta Raven.
What? I'm sorry. What was
Meta
that,
Raven?
Nightshine?
Meta Raven.
Why Meta Raven?
Because it's made of metal, you silly.
I'm gonna have to say no on that one.
Well, the ESS Metal Raven.
Well, you could call
I
it.
kind of like Unity.
Wishful Pen will hop over and go, oh, how about the Phoenix? It's kind of like coming out of the ashes,
Yeah.
reborn.
I think the Phoenix would. I mean, it has some symbolism to it.
I like that name.
Yeah, I agree. Phoenix sounds good.
Nightshine? How about you? Do you agree, or do you still wish to stick with the name that you thought of?
I was muted. I was saying boo.
Oh,
Well, it's a good thing we're a democracy.
Yeah.
Are we?
yeah, are we? I mean, democracy is working in our favor, so I guess we can claim democracy for now until it becomes inconvenient.
Just like real democracy.
Political commentary.
Yep. Then it all devolves into anarchy at one another's throat. Oh boy, this is gonna end well.
Well, what do you say, Captain Swift Gadget, captain of the ESS Phoenix?
She sort of thinks, what does the ESS stand for?
Imperial State Ship. Well, that would be ISS. I don't know. Can you spell Imperial with an E? Is that like an old spelling?
Yeah,
Empire?
I think it is an old spelling.
Yeah, I mean Empire State Ship.
Yeah.
If you want to keep with an E.
Yeah. Empire State Ship. Empire State Ship Phoenix.
She sort of does frown a little bit. I'm not sure of it being a registered ship of the Empire. I mean, it is kind of a private vessel.
A private Phoenix.
That's the only thing she's not sure about. I mean, technically, we did steal this ship.
We reappropriated this ship.
I think he means him and his father.
Her and her father. Ten.
Sorry.
Swift Gadget is female.
Sorry, that was an out of character fuck up.
That's fine. She goes, I mean, I suppose maybe on the whole part of the Empire. I mean, I would prefer to work for myself, and um, the Empire can be on loan to the Empire, but I'm sure we can work out the finite things later.
Indeed.
In the meantime, this ship and its crew are going to be a symbol of the Empire Reborn. As far as whether or not you serve the Empire in the future, you are serving its birth. If you would kindly carry the name, we'll settle technicalities later on down the road when it becomes official.
I mean, if Lightning becomes queen, then this could be her flagship.
I don't think Swift Gadgets wants to serve the Empire forever after this little war of ours.
Yeah, I mean it's mine.
Well, if you do, you'll be on payroll, and I believe captains get a very handsome salary.
Yeah, but then I have to take orders and go where people tell me rather than do what I like.
Yeah, that's great.
I mean, aren't you doing that now?
I mean, you did. You were nice enough to find the part that I needed to make it fly. So, I mean, I at least owe you a small amount for that. And flying you around for the next little while is fairly suitable. But you're racking up you're racking up the flying hours.
We're also repaired your ship and refitted it with weapons.
Well, I mean, you're only doing that because you need that.
Yes.
You can sell them later for alcohol again.
I should hope not.
I mean, technically, aren't they your cannons at this point?
Will you carry the name? We can iron out the technicalities later, but we need you to carry the name at this time.
I mean, I have no problems with it bearing the name Phoenix. If that's what you were decided on.
Very well. All right. Wishful Pen, will you accompany me to the? Let's see. What is our tavern's name that we left our crew at?
Wishful Mare, I believe.
Wishful Pen, will you accompany me to the Wishful Mare?
Sure.
We need to bring a crew on board. No, I messed up. Oh, I messed up. Fuck. I hate this. You press up in the text box and it goes to the previous message that you typed out and it deletes whatever you typed out. Wait.
Press Control Z.
I copy paste. I'm good.
Okay.
I plan ahead.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. Anyway, crisis averted. Wishful Pen, will you accompany me to the Wishful Mare? We need to hire a crew.
Sure. I haven't had a chance to look around too much. If you can see Silverine Tide, you can basically jump back. Do people want to go back to the city map?
Yeah.
Right. Activate.
Alexandroid, Nightshine, and even the General who's here with us. Do any of you have... Oh yeah, Wishful Pen got new art, I forgot that.
Yeah.
Do any of you all have messages you need to send out?
I don't think you have met Katarina.
No.
Yes, the only messages I can think of are people we have not run across.
And my wife, but I don't think I have anything urgent to ask her besides if asking she's fine.
Didn't we find out something about the short hooves?
We did.
We found out that they are a tribe and that they do in fact exist.
Did we tell the what's her face?
Who?
The druid who's looking after Duck?
No, we haven't.
We haven't had a chance to. I could send the message to the druid because if I send it to Duck, I know Duck is going to be like, "I'm a duck, silly."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, the druid didn't know what Duck was, so you telling him what the name of Duck's race doesn't really help him.
Yeah, I don't think that information would be of much help.
I mean, it could be a start, and then he can do his own like looking into it.
They live in an isolated island.
Okay, fine.
I'm gonna be.
So we do have a couple of days we could try going examining to the Queen's library again for more information.
Can we get there quickly enough?
Oh wait, no. It's uh we ought to fly over there. I mean that's a bad idea. No, we can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only two locations we know where the things are nowhere near here. Unless we
Yeah,
stumble across another one.
Oh yeah, I wanted to maybe see if I could find yeah.
All right.
Well, if y'all come up with ideas of messages that need to be sent out to anyone for any reason, let me know. The following day from today, Milkthistle and Burn will send a message, and then I can prepare sending twice the following day.
Um, the um, the general who's with you will simply go. The only message that I need, I would need sending would be to. Oh dear, I've actually forgotten his name. Field Marshal Thunder, um, which needs to consist of message delivered and agreed.
Message delivered and agreed. Very well.
That's all what needs to be said. It can wait until I return, but if you are sending him a message anyway, then that would be something which can be passed along.
I will actually head out to the core area and do some general healing and such.
Oh, you're going to go into the out here and do the Good Samaritan work.
Yeah, exactly.
Wishful Pen and I are going to the Lucky Mare to see if our crew is interested in leaving Cerulean Tide and going on a real adventure.
Yeah.
I'll follow.
Yeah, it was called the Wishful Mare.
Oh, Watchful Mare.
Oh yeah, Watchful Mare. Sorry, not Wishful. I'm obviously getting Wishful Pen's name mixed in.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably left them there. They were still probably having a few drinks, eating up what's left of the food and drink and stuff. They'll be having a good time. They've got plenty to celebrate. So you would find them still very much where you left them.
Right where I left you, I see.
Come back for more. Well, I suppose
I'll come
it
back
is.
and offer you more.
Well, oh, I don't think you could put any more food in front of us.
No, I mean more work. More dangerous work.
You're going after the other pirates.
No, actually, we're going after a human army here to invade us. I believe we mentioned it in passing to you.
I think you mentioned something about it, but we'll be honest. It was a few days ago, and that wasn't part of the business, so we don't know too much about what you were talking on.
Well, then I'll tell you briefly. There is an army of thousands headed toward Villager Town right now, far off to the east. We are fitting our flagship, the ESS Phoenix, with cannons, and Captain Switchgear needs a crew to operate the cannons and maintain the ship. I told her how well you performed against pirates, how you were brave, how you did not back down. Are you interested in reforging an empire?
Does the Empire pay?
The empire pays.
Good pay?
And Milkthistle will... Let's see. Milkthistle will take out 100 gold pieces and pour them out onto the table. This should get you at a cerulean tide.
You pour it over the table. They look at it and go, well, it looks like you hired yourself a crew.
Report to the ship tomorrow morning. From now on, you answer to Captain Swiftgear.
Swift Gadget.
Swift Gadget.
What's this captain like?
Very protective of her ship, and as long as you're part of her crew, she'll protect you just as hardly.
And very drunk.
You're not there to share that, sadly.
Yes.
All right then. We will head over tomorrow. They say, looking at you just to check, see if that's when you want them there.
Tomorrow morning, yes.
When we're setting out. Oh yeah, you're waiting for it all to be done up. So what you? Well, that will give us a few days to collect our personal gear if we're heading out to that city of yours.
Collect your gear tonight. Report to Swift Gadget, Captain Swift Gadget in the morning.
Well, the captain of their little motley stuff basically goes, well, eat and drink and be merry, for tomorrow back to work.
All right, we got a crew. And I don't think Milfistle has anything else to do today.
No, that's fine. I mean, unless you guys have got very particular things you want to do while the ship's being refitted, we can skip over the next 3 days.
I wanna try and bother Swift Gadget.
You want to try and what, sorry?
I wanna try and bother Swift Gadget.
I mean, you can definitely bother her. It probably won't take
I
too
will
much.
I was just asking, hey, you.
Yeah?
Can you teach me how to fly this thing?
She sort of narrowed her eyes at you. You trying to steal the ship from me?
No. I'm trying to let you get some sleep at night.
Sounds like you're trying to steal the ship from me.
No. I just think it may be of use for more than one person to know about it.
I'll think about it.
Why don't we have a little context?
And why would I want a contest?
Because it's a drinking contest. And if you win, you don't have to pay for the drinks, and I won't bother you anymore about this.
John, you fool.
Alright then. I will accept your drinking contest.
Alright.
And you're not allowed to use any of your fancy magic to try and win.
Of course.
Or anybody else's magic. Or potions or anything.
Of course.
Alright then. Shake on it.
Yeah, I'll even display it on my hood before shaking on it. Because it's a real deal.
She will do the same.
Yay!
Wet slimy hoof shake.
Yeah. I'll take her to the Sheeper Tavern.
The one-legged mare, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely full of the scumming and villainy, so to speak, of the sailing world.
Just my type. Alright.
This is where I say.
Well, I'll sit at the bar with her.
This is well. I see if I've imported her sheet. No, okay, let me just get the Hero Labs. Because I can't remember how pointless this of actually rolling it might be. I'm pretty sure she can still get drunk with her level. I don't think she's immune to poison yet.
Do investigators get immune to poison?
Yeah, they're subclass alchemists, so they do.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I said you fool.
I'm pretty sure she can still get drunk, but it takes a lot. Well, she can still be poisoned, it just is more difficult. Wait for it to load. But the only positive you have is the fact that her fort save doesn't start out too good.
She has poison resistance 2 right now. Or at least, I'm assuming she's at least level 2.
Oh, she's a lot higher than level 2.
Alright, she gets poison resistant level at 4, at level 5.
Yeah, I've already got a sheet up, so I know what resistance she's on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that... Oh, is it really only plus that? Oh yeah, it's because of that. Isn't that high, right? Okie dokie, that makes sense. Does she have anything to do with any feats to do with drinking? Nope. Okay. And yes, she can still be poisoned. Alright. What do you want to do? Just basically do a fortitude save roll off until we basically see how who fails, or
Yeah.
I think
Yeah. I can't think of any other way but rolling fortitudes.
Dragon.
Also, I don't think you can take them on this. Yeah, it's a safe, probably not.
Yeah, I mean I think there's actually a board game which you can bring into it, but I think it's like the Red Dragon Inn, and it comes with drinks.
Yeah, I played Red Dragons Inn.
Yeah, and it's actually got drinks with DC saves and stuff like that you can actually make use of, but no, I think you actually need the game to actually do it. That's fine. Alright, well, might as well do the saving throws rather than working out what alcoholic drinks everyone's drinking and what the DCs are and how drunk you are. Alright, so her saving throw is that plus that. Alright, do you want to make the first save, Nightshine?
Yes. 16.
Well, she has her first drink. Oh,
This will be tough.
Yeah.
oh actually, I've wishful pen selected, but it's actually grabbed the captain. Well, that's still the same. There you go. I now just have the captain selected. Alright. So that is a difference of 10. We will go for... Oh, actually no, it's a difference of 11, isn't it? Alright,
Yeah.
so... we
I
will
imagine
go...
the DC goes higher.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll go for basically 5 rounds, and whoever has the highest difference basically will be the last one standing, basically.
Okay.
Alright, so that was round... So we do round 2. So each round it consists of like multiple drinks because obviously you're both fairly heavy drinkers.
I'm rolling my dice.
Yeah, and this will probably be like over like 2 hours sort of thing. Ooh, only difference of 2 that time. But both of you are definitely starting to slur words, but you're probably slurring them a bit more, Nightshine. Round 3.
Round 3.
Ooh, 22. Ooh, you're on the scoreboard. I get 4. Clearly there was the first round consists of a number of drinks that you've not had before, and definitely hit you a bit hard. Maybe it was some sort of pirate rum that was a bit stronger than you realised. Well, that was almost a 19 on my screen.
Can we consider that a 19?
No.
Oh,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna lose this.
Possibly just a little.
17.
Add that to the number I need. And final round.
If everybody on Earth simultaneously blinked, nobody would.
I'm sorry, hold on. Michael? Shut up.
Alright, I have a very low chance of winning, but...
Well, if you could roll a 1, you can roll a nat 20.
Oh?
Oh, well, that's a nat 20. Oh, she rolled a 4.
Oh, God. Yeah, I lose.
Alright, so that's a difference of 16. Alright.
I'm now drunk and sad. And I have to pay for the drinks.
Well, you're probably passed out on the floor, to be honest, at this point. The captain is still sort of heavily swaying on her hooves and definitely saying and calling out words. Tomorrow, you'll probably find yourself wake up, passed out, but you stink of alcohol, but you happen to be in the captain's bed.
No, no! No, 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 no! No! No!
What did you expect was gonna happen?
I didn't... No! What did I do last night? Lord Weasel, what did I do last night? He weasels. Oh, thank God, I was worried for a minute.
You have a hoof just sort of bonk you in the snout. Quiet, 5 more minutes. Like they're trying to turn you off like an alarm clock.
Oh no. Nightshine, what have you done?
No, Lord Weasel watched everything. He didn't let me do anything wrong. He's a good weasel.
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cast invisibility before leaving the room.
it was only spooning. You did nothing wrong.
Okay, well, let's see how Duck will feel about that.
Why do you hate me still?
Oh, man.
Also, I like how Captain Swift Gadget highlights red whenever I have it over her.
Yeah.
Okay, she's not meant to be an enemy. let me change her to a friendly. There we
This
go.
is why you can't have nice things tonight, Shine. Because you go get drunk and sleep with the captain.
I have nice things. I have my wife.
Not for long with that kind of attitude.
What do you do with the drunken sailor?
It's okay if I don't remember.
Oh, oh no.
Now
Hi,
we're
dog.
ready to head for the home. Way roll and go.
Did I hear somebody cheated?
No,
Oh no.
it
She
wasn't
knows.
cheating. I didn't do anything. Lord Weasel can testify.
He had a drinking contest with the captain of the ship, failed the drinking contest, passed out, and the next thing he remembers is that he's waking up in the captain's bed with a very bad hangover.
This better not end in anything that I would disapprove of, mister. I'm gonna have to make Duck not a pacifist next time you meet her.
Oh, don't worry. No one knows what happened.
I don't know. Steel, where exactly on the ship are Milk Thistle and Burn? Because I wrote out the message for sending. I want to see if we notice him coming out of Swift Gadget's cabin.
I
No,
cast his invisibility.
you would not notice anyone coming out of Swift Gadget's cabin. At the best, the door opens, and that's it.
Look, we can check the sheets for evidence.
I wouldn't do that.
Got my eye on you, mister.
Don't worry. He only loves you and that one cute gunslinger.
Got my eye on you.
Dude, you better buy her the best flowers ever.
I'm just crying very confused right now while Mr. is over here shows him he didn't do anything wrong.
Now Mr. Weasel now needs to roll bluff. No.
No! No, Lord Weasel wouldn't let him do anything wrong.
No, I'm only teasing.
Alright. So yes, I do actually have that message typed up. It's exactly 25 words. Here it is, sending it in Foundry.
Like then right opens to a confessional.
I've just got to remember. I believe the last any communication you had with him was before he left to head towards the desert, if I'm correct.
No, we got a message from him after sending where he was injured due to the deer robot. And
Yes.
Yeah, he had survived the attack and was injured, but seemed like he was safe. He said he had found a safe spot.
No, cool. That's fine. That's fine. I won't have to share any of that info. Okay. Alright. Let's send you. Oh. A private. / whisper to. Can I find you? There you go. I don't remember what your name was. Okay. Oh, actually, this message will be going to Milk Thistle technically, and it's up to Milk Thistle to relay it. So there's no point whispering it to Burnt, as he's not getting the message.
Yeah.
There we go. Let me just think about how it will reply to your message. Hope you are safe. Human army.
So, Nightshine, now that you're awake, are you noticing any unusual pain, any burning, any itching, any sores that seem out of place that you've never noticed before?
What's that word?
Actually, you know what? This all could have just been an innocent evening that Nightshine and the captain shared together. They were probably both completely drunk and passed out. They just slept in the same bed. Nothing bad happened.
Well, as far as we know.
Lord Weasel also knows.
Swift Gadget might have something else to say on that note. Never know.
Lord Weasel will defend Nightshine's honor.
Alright, I've typed a message. Now let's check to make sure it's 25 words.
And plus, Nightshine made some very bad fortitude saves, so he's probably suffering from whiskey dick last night anyway.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's when you drink so much alcohol that your blood thins and you're not able to hold an erection. Not that I know anything about that personally or anything, but I heard that's how it goes.
Ah yes, I never heard about it either. Neither I felt it. No, that would be crazy.
But it does affect men and women both. It's basically just like drains your sex drive. Your inhibitions drop, but if you drink too much, then, you know, everything drops.
There we go.
And so yeah, after talking briefly with Nightshine, Milk Thistle will prepare the sending of a spell.
Oh,
And
wait. Did you talk to me or wasn't I barefoot? Sorry.
Oh no, I was just messing with you. Anyway.
Oh.
Milk Thistle goes up to Burn and says, "I have a message from your master."
Yeah.
He says, "Have healed as best I can and noble. I still hunt for the evil. There are signs in the sky. I am moving to look." And I'll post that in chat so you can see what the message was.
Yeah. Signs. Last night, did Burned notice anything in the sky that looked out of place?
No?
Troublesome.
Signs everywhere, signs.
This is worrisome.
And still I DM'd you the message I'm sending to Midnight Vision.
Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't look there.
Alexandra, how did your proselytizing go?
Sorry, my what?
Received.
Your proselytizing.
Out of character, I don't know that word.
It's a fancy word for sharing the word of your God.
Ah, okay. I don't have to steal. How did my, spread my word?
I'm asking you, Steel's working.
Yeah. I mean, flavour it up as much as you feel like. I mean,
This is so we won't have dead air because dead air is awful for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, I think it went pretty well. I imagine Alexandrite did his thing of going to people's houses, offering healing and such, and prayers to the Sun Queen.
Hi, have you heard the word of our Lord and Savior, the Sun Queen?
Why would they let us live in this squalor? Anyway, no, carry on.
Did you feed the poor?
I could definitely offer, like, I don't know, a couple of gold pieces for the poor.
You could, but I take it you didn't.
Well, I was a character. I didn't have any, like, real interactions, so.
Alexandra, if you're going to reach out to the poor to spread the word of your God, it's important to fill their bellies first. The first thing you do is feed them. Don't talk about your God. Don't give lengthy prayers. Feed them first. Let them see your generosity. Then you explain to them where your generosity comes from.
How much does it normally take for food and?
It depends what you're looking to go out and purchase. If you're just going to buy a load of bread, you can buy a single loaf of bread for a 1 copper. Trying to do a fancy meal, it obviously then scales up. So it depends what you're wanting to do.
Alright, I'll spend a gold worth of bread.
So what, 100 loaves of bread?
Yeah.
Okay.
How much money did I lose buying alcohol yesterday?
You probably would have spent 5 rounds. So I would say you were drinking heavily. So if we say it was 5 gold a round, and you did 5 rounds. So 25.
Yeah, okay.
And I'll of course use all my healing stuff for people.
Let's gather them around and do burst healing.
Yeah, exactly.
That's probably the smart way to do it. That's how I do it.
Oh, that certainly was an ominous response from my master. I don't
He's still
recall-
with us.
Indeed. That is a good thing, but the signs in the sky that he's moving towards to look is, quite troublesome indeed. I have the feeling that this is one of the many issues that we're going to be facing besides the human army, more than likely after it.
Did your master ever mention ominous signs in conjunction with the ruminants?
I don't recall. It might have been when I was really young, but there's a possibility.
That should be enough.
Hey, Steele.
Yep.
Did Burns' master reference or talk about the signs that correspond with ruminants at all while he was training under him?
I don't think you guys knew fully that it was to do with the ruminant. You were aware of the language and as that was connection, but you didn't know of the ruminant, if I remember correctly. I'm actually quickly looking at...
We didn't know of the ruminant, but we knew the
obviously, you knew of the metallic deer that you were tracking and following, so you knew that there was obviously that creature involved, but you did not know that it was potentially a ruminant. Obviously, given its metal and metallic aspect. You obviously were working for Kindblades. This is all to do with that now. Just trying to see if there's any other important details that I've missed out. So I'm reading old notes, so...
Yeah, the older notes, that's all I can remember as well.
No, I think basically all you were aware of is there was definitely some evil that was coming. and you've basically been trying to pursue things. You've always acted. You've always been going on more on instinct, as there's been a lot shrouded in regards to darkness around this. Your master's just known there's been something.
We've known that there was something that we've been chasing on instinct. And we knew that the root end thing, we didn't realize they were, that whatever you wish to call that deer thing we encountered in the sewers of Village Town. So I think that after we deal with this army nonsense, not so much nonsense, but this army issue that's happening, we should look more deeply into this matter.
Keep me posted as you move forward.
Indeed.
I don't study the night sky apart from the phases of the moon. If you see any of these signs, point them out to me.
Yeah, I know that last night when I was observing the stars, I didn't see the signs. It might have been over in the region that my father is in. It might be something that only he was able to see. We'll definitely keep you posted, as well as others. You are all I consider all of you my family now, as we've been traveling together for some time. And I wouldn't want to leave any of you in the so to speak.
Very well. All right. Was there anything else that needed to be done in Cerulean Tides, or can we skip forward?
Not that I'm aware of, so you can probably skip forward.
Okay. Then the only thing that would happen with Milk Thistle is on the following day he would send a message to Field Marshal, and then he would go back to the General and simply say, your message was received.
He would just give a nod, and we'll say thank you.
Did our crew show up in the morning like they were supposed to?
Oh god, yeah. Everything, everything you sorted out would be obviously the dock hands there, ready to get everything on there. The crew that you've hired, and I will remember their crew name, the Bonnie Black Blades.
The Bonnie Light. Bonnie Black.
Yeah, Bonnie Black Blades. They're there. They're kind of like unsure what to do to start off with, because obviously Swift Gadget is very hungover in the morning. Somebody took her out drinking.
I don't see that backfiring at all.
So, I mean, they probably mostly start helping with the sorting out and assembly of the what's going on with the ship and the cannons and that sort of thing. So, basically making themselves useful. They will go down and obviously secure bunks in the bunkhouse, which is downstairs. The only other thing, Milk Thistle, roll me a D100.
You have a one-on-one encounter with the new boss.
Nice.
You have a dream during one of the nights where you're in Cerulean Tides.
Is it a sexy dream?
Well, we'll see. You dream that small, tiny, spaced holes appear all over your arms and chest. Well, your legs, in theory. When you examine the holes, you find that they are filled with shiny black seeds. That is what you have as a dream.
Did you have the full dream?
Tell me if you want me to repeat that at all.
I was just making a joke. Did you have the whole dream?
Oh
No, I was
god.
asking you.
All right, so small holes appear over my legs filled with shiny black seeds
Yeah, and chest.
and chest. All right. Do I need to clean my robes, or did everything go as planned as I slept?
Everything went as planned as you in the very small 2-hour window you sleep.
All right. Let's see. I am going to roll interpret dreams to try to find out the meaning of this dream.
Sure. $23. Alright, so obviously with any interpretation of dreams there is numerous interpretations of this. The sort of more positive spin on this, which is probably the one you would lead more towards, is the seeds are symbolism of obviously the beginning of growth or something starting or somebody planting seeds ready to sprout. The fact that they're buried in your or in holes in your body could be that obviously somebody's planted seeds in you ready to grow, or it could be can't say the word.
Representation.
There we go. Of seeds that you have potentially planted, and them being in your body could be a sign of you are caring for them yourself. You are nurturing the seeds to grow using your own body, in a sense. What the seeds might represent, that is one of those things that you would have to look at your own life to determine what they would represent.
Given that's all I have to go on with the seeds, I'm completely unsure. All right, so let me read back what I've typed out just to make sure I have a good interpretation of this. So the seeds are symbols of growth or something starting. Buried in holes of my body possibly means someone has been preparing me for something, potentially representing seeds I have planted. I'm nurturing the seeds myself, and the seeds can represent something from my personal life.
Yeah.
Very strange dream, but not a bad one.
Hey, Steel. Bernd is going to be, the second night there, he's going to be using, profession astronomer to check the, sky and to, make sure that everything looks like it's right in the world.
Okay.
Because
That's fine. Let me just advance 2 days in this and see if what the weather's like in 2 days. So it's a waxing crescent moon. Ooh, we have heavy rain on the day you guys are setting up and doing stuff, and then on the next day you've got the first quarter, and you have scattered clouds, but mostly clear, so you actually are able to see the stars.
Ooh, nice.
So, looking up at the stars, obviously it's getting closer to the midpoint of summer, and hang on, let me just bear with me. So. No, let's try this. Alright. Alright, so staring up at the stars, during this time of the year, many of the more prominent, what's the word I'm looking for, constellations are in the sky, which obviously are fast approach, which are to do with obviously the Sun Queen, the summer, those sort of things. But you can see the signs of obviously certain bright marks in the sky, which kind of represent more like blaze soon to follow. So there's a few of the key sort of brighter points around the sky. Hang on, I just want to check. Is your I think I might be getting this a little bit wrong. Yours is to do with like reading into the meaning of the stars, like you know, where your star symbol gives you meaning. That's what you're still more towards, or is it actually the layout of like where constellations are and what they mean and that sort of thing?
I think it is where it discusses the meaning. I think. I could be wrong. Let's see.
The study of celestial bodies, phenomena. So yeah, yours is the more scientific method rather than the loose interpretations. Cool.
Right.
So there's nothing in the night sky that seems to be new, seems to be different. There's no bright points, there's no sudden strange illuminations or anything like that in the night sky itself. That is not unexpected.
Alright. So it's just another normal night, normal peaceful night.
That is correct.
Alright. I just need to remember to make these rolls each night, just to be sure. And I think that's all that I have planned for the...
Oh, I should check to make sure no one's doing any other stuff. Okay, cool. Alright then. You guys will get to the obviously the end of the second day. There's some minor things that need to be done before you can set out and begin your travel home. With the like small half day worth of work that needs to be done. I'm sure you guys, as well as obviously the commander that's come with you, are very eager to set on. You take on board, obviously, the day previous, the supplies of arrows and bows and stuff like that, and in the morning you take on board the additional personnel that you plan to take with you when you the crafters and their families that you're taking back to Ville to help you. Was it as well as obviously the new crew that you've also bringing back? Was there any other important things that you were bringing back as well? I think it was just the supplies that you agreed on, the personnel, and the enhanced cannons on the ship, basically.
And the love of the people.
And gasoline for the ship.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
we need to take care of that.
Yeah. Swift Gadget would have sorted out actual supplies and stuff for the vessel. She would have done that on the day after she was really hungover.
Do we get an XP from the quest to kill that pirate?
I feel
No,
like,
we settle XP once the session is over.
yes.
The session still has like 4.5 hours left.
Well, I did sleep. With that, you guys will begin your journey back to Ville. This is where I need to have a look at the big map, find your icons, which is... Why on earth? Oh my god. Something very odd has happened there.
Do you mean in carrot?
No, I mean on the map.
Oh, good.
Basically, a load of the icons have all shifted themselves into one spot. So I'm going to have to like remember where they all are and put them back.
Oh no.
Yeah, well,
Is,
some of them are hidden icons, which we'll have to work out. Some of them actually had places, which is fine. I should have a screenshot somewhere before it messed up.
Steel Prism decided to stay in village or town with the sarcophagus, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, look. It's a ship.
Oh god, right, everyone there.
I don't actually remember. Did Milk Thistle actually know that Steel was at the temple?
Oh, nice. I got the airship.
Oh no.
I believe I was told in passing. I did see the hubbub going on at the temple. The Milk Thistle knew he needed to leave, so I didn't follow up to find out exactly what was going on. But with the sarcophagus gone and still missing, Milk Thistle put 2 and 2 together.
Alright.
2 equals 5.
So, just double checking time. Oh yes, because you can do that. So, you guys have got 3 rolls of D100s as you travel. You are... If you do get a bad event, it's not highly likely it'll be an event that would play too much issue with you because you are flying. So there is a good chance that it won't affect you.
I want to wrote the first one.
Alright, we'll do Nightshine, Burn, and then Alexandria will get the 3rd one.
Okay. Ooh, got a good event.
Oh, right. I need to click on... Okay, it is roll. Oh, travel encounters.
Yep.
So, let's see. Roll.
7. Oh, on the second day, bad event. And go for Alexandrite for the final one. And we can...
Alright.
Yeah.
I just need to press roll. Nothing else.
Should need to. That's all you need to do, as far as I'm aware.
And
Nothing interesting.
so, also, I'm gonna roll 3 of the professional astronomers to continue studying the stars for the 3 nights.
Yep.
So first, second.
Yep.
Oh, that one was a 16. Did that. Oh.
So that one you'll be closer to Villager Town. So in the times you guys are travelling over, you will not notice anything different in the night sky. Oh, I should move you guys over to the world map actually. So, good encounter.
Yep.
I think all the good stuff is actually land-based, so you probably won't get anything too fancy.
Maybe I had a moment of clarity and remember last night completely.
It's a good event, nice shine.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, afraid you would actually have to roll. You would actually have to roll higher to even get a good event which happens in the sky. But 13 is enough for a bad event in the sky.
Yay!
And
Oh,
where's
no.
my aerial encounter chart?
Watch, we're fighting a star child.
No, if the rocket falls and everyone dies.
Well, some of it is
Uh,
not too horrendous. I'm going to roll this to myself, just in case it's like something absolutely crazy before you guys see it. Um,
oh no, we lost the map vision.
Yeah, I had to refresh.
um, now let's see if that is actually...
Okay, I see our horseshoe icon, but everything is blacked out around it, so none of the fog of war has been removed.
Okay, so the fog of war has all been all come back and clouded over. Right, that's something I will have to sort out. Okay, so with this one, you see from a distance a pair of small silver dragons flying around in the sky, practicing their breath attacks. But not near you.
Okay.
Well,
Nofisol will enjoy the show, but be at the ready and then notify the rest of the crew that there might be potential danger.
yeah.
They're probably not of. You can mostly only see their breath attacks, to be honest. They're not at the size they would cause you any threat, nor would they potentially come after a flying ship of this stature.
All right.
Yeah, if they were.
And would Alexandrite know that like silver dragons are generally good?
You could Everglow is weird. Just because of their colour doesn't mean their colour follows the alignment of dragons. So they can be evil dragons or neutral dragons or good dragons. Just
Oh,
like ponies can be a mixture of alignments.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Welcome to Everglow dragons. Also, technically, their colour doesn't represent what element they actually are as well.
How to train your Everglow dragons.
I believe there is a book. Alright, so your your space encounter, your aerial encounter isn't a deadly one. So you are...
Oh, I wish we had talked to those dragons. Imagine all the friends we could get along the way.
Or imagine them being young dragons full of vigor who get upset that we interrupt their duel.
Or imagine we make friends with the dragons like you wanted to make friends with the skeleton bodies.
Alright, so...
I didn't want to make friends with them, I just wanted to see if we could use them.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be that day, so it would be this one. You arrive, and you would arrive at roughly 11 o'clock. So, the day on you arrive, it's scattered clouds, but mostly clear, and the moon will be waxing. One of the... all the markers have moved. Okay, right. Let's done it on this one as well. This is going to be really annoying.
Pardon me?
I need to remark everything. Jesus.
Thanks for the update, Foundry.
Yeah.
That's why you don't update.
Alright. Fine.
That's
Okay.
why I'm still getting the XP.
Alright, Unification Hall, Academy Blades, Town Hall, which is somewhere over here.
We're just all having an orgy over here.
Yeah, because it all shoved you all over the place as well. Throw you on absolutely everything. Whoop. And there.
I honestly forgot what colored this map.
Sorry?
I forgot we had this map all colored and such. So I was like, ooh.
Oh, okay. Oh god, I got loads of tokens there. I only want one. I don't need that one, what that is. That's the Lost Boar, Griffin Temple, Bank, Lightning's House, Opal's Tavern, and Opal. Okay. I'll start moving those on. So you guys arrive become within sight of the city. Do you plan to hide your ship on the outskirts like you have been, or are you planning to actually take it in this time?
I think the fact that the ship is no longer a secret is not really. I think the city knows about the ship, so.
Yeah.
That's all.
Didn't we bring on the ship last time?
Sorry?
Didn't we bring the ship inside town last time?
You were going to, but then you set out fairly quickly to Cerulean Tide, so you didn't actually bring the city in.
I thought we did, and then we took it out right away.
No, I don't recall you guys doing that. You were planning to, but then you left it up to the captain to do it herself, but then by the time she actually probably got up to do it, Whisper and Pen showed up to take the ship to Cerulean Tides.
Yeah, it was outside, I remember, because we need to keep lighting safe in the ship outside town.
Alright, I think it'd be okay to bring it into the city now, because so far we brought it into St. Moon's Reach, we brought it into Cerulean Tides, and I don't think it's necessary to keep it hidden anymore now that it's fully armed.
Yeah, it kind of seems like if we continue to hide it, because if we hide it outside of the city, that's just going to make more work for us getting there to board it and then go deal with the army.
So we could park it in the park right here by the Susan's Temple.
Yep.
And once the army comes, we can do the play of the Valkyries.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I'm
Perfect.
going to book the officer that's on ship.
The general, the first officer, or the captain?
The one that responds directly to Field Marshal Thunder.
That's our general.
I'm going to book him.
As you go to boop him, he will do a maneuver which put you on a hand lock or a hoof lock
Ouch.
as you attempt to touch his face.
I'm going to speak from the hoof lock. So do you think we're going to talk with Field Marshal as soon as we get in town?
If you require a meeting with him, I'm sure you can speak with him.
I don't think there's anything we need to talk with him, so...
I guess I'll go back to my training after this then.
Okay, so something the city has gone under almost a minor transformation since you were last here. It's almost got a festive or like celebrative a feel going on. There seems to be very overly summer decorations up. There is a lot of iconography for the Sun Queen being flown with like flags, banners, all those sort of things. And the All Seasons Temple has a more overly Sun Queen theme to it than it does normally.
I look at Alex.
Oh yes, I do remember. Midnight Vision mentioned that they were preparing for the Summer Sun celebration.
We should take more time to properly celebrate, but now is not the right time for our little adventure.
Um, Alex, as a follower of the Sun Queen, you will realise the Sun's summer celebration happens in 2 days' time. On the 49th of Sol. It's the longest day of the year, and that is the Sun Queen's holy day.
And how many more days is it until the human army arrives? Like 6, I think?
Actually, it's less than 6 now, because it was 8 when you did that. You had 2 days worth of, or 2.5 days of, was 8 minus 2.5, took you 2.5 to get back. You've got 3 days. The celebration's in 2 days, so literally there's going to be the celebration and then the army should show up.
Troubling.
But there does seem to be like an overly strong sort of carnival atmosphere going on, and there are like it looks like preparations for like stalls to be set up and like fun and game activities all going on. There is still, the army is still training and stuff in the various open areas where they can with troops and what have you, but there is still this sort of build up of the celebration to still commence. Despite obviously the looming invasion, they are still planning to go ahead with this holy holiday.
Wait a minute, that is perfect. I know what I'm doing next.
Oh, what are you thinking?
You don't know. You should see a smile on Shine's face.
What are you thinking, Nightshine?
Oh, I think a lot of things.
So, you guys will have the rest of the day and tomorrow to do some downtimey stuff, and then you will obviously have the next major thing is going to be the Sun's Summer Festival, which will be happening obviously on the 49th. So you won't be able to time skip that day. Stuff will happen.
I think it's perfect because I think I only had like a day or 2 left of my training. So you doing that?
Yeah, you finally get to finish your retraining thing.
Yes.
Well,
With no interruptions.
Congratulations.
just in time for the army to arrive. So I will ask in the 2 days before we hit the festival, is anyone other than retraining planning to do anything which might be important?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nightshine, you said yes first. What are you planning?
Well, first of all, we're gonna bother Steel.
You do not know where Steel is.
It's
Yes. Yeah, going to the temple and I'm going to go to the Sun Queen's wing because I imagine he's there.
The inside the Sun Queen's wing, there's no Steel that you can see. There's also no Queen on display or anything like that.
I'm going to ask a priest if they saw either where the Queen's Tomb Base or the Red Paladin that's following it?
The moment the words "the Queen's Tomb" opens out of your mouth, they so quickly grab hold of your mouth and stop you saying another word, and they simply go shh, and
Okay.
you're quickly absconded to somewhere away from public view, and you are simply, how do you know about this?
I was one of the people who helped bring it here.
I see. What do you need?
I would like to speak with the Red Paladin that watches over it.
And who are you?
I'm Nightshine, the blue unicorn.
Wait here.
I'll wait here.
And after a little bit of waiting, you are allowed to go and see still.
Hello, still.
Um, Still, when you come in, you will see Still is actually wearing different armour this time. Where originally he was just sort of wearing quite ordinary full plate armour, he actually seems to be wearing some very highly decorative and with a lot of iconography to do with the Queen. He also seems to be equipped with more of a military dress underneath the armour, and seems to be wearing some very highly decorative swords that seem to have very strong resemblance to his cutie marks.
He looks so cool, we're gonna give him a bow.
He looks at you and goes, "There's no need for that."
Okay. Still, 2 days from now is the Sun Queen celebration. You should do something on that day. Something that makes you happy for once.
Well, we're planning to reveal the Queen's return on that day, so there's going to be a lot going on.
Oh,
Well, they seem to think it's going to be give the city a big boost to morale and hopefully inspire people to want to take up more arms to defend the city, given it happening on such a holy day.
oh, nice. You should make sure you are there. You deserve to get some praise too for keeping her safe all these years.
I plan to not leave her side.
Great.
As
But, you
as you see him still stood next to her too.
it's a whole day, and it's the longest day of the year. Maybe, are you sure you can't spare 5 minutes to do something else?
Not that day for certain.
Uh, uh, all right then. I hope there is one day you can not have to worry so much.
Well, I do still need to take your friend Burnt Requiem to the Unification Hall to see if we can find any of the hidden rooms of the what are they called?
Chaos Knights.
Chaos Knights. Yeah, I given the circumstances, I've already returned and retrieved equipment from my old order, but I did not look any further as he was not with me.
Mm. Do you think you could lend your old armor to Alex?
I mean, it was only full plate armor.
Hmm.
Remind me, guys, are you doing? I think we were doing the APB stuff. Yeah. So it's just full plate armor, I'm afraid.
I think the armor I have is technically better because it's full plate with a magical effect.
Yeah, if it's got
But apparently he got new swords too, so you can get one of his old ones.
Those were just
I actually
basic.
think I am one of the old ones.
They were just basic longswords.
Aww.
Yeah. When he's in that stage, he doesn't have always cool gear because in case somebody decides to try and kill him, that they stand at least some of a chance. Now you've brought him to the city. He's now got all his awesome equipment.
I'll leave you here, but do you need anything from the outside world?
The clerics here fetch anything that I require. But if you have nothing better to do, they all seem to be very busy with preparing the celebrations, so it would not harm to have somebody else here to talk to.
I'll see if I have time. I still had some places to be at.
He gives a nod. I will not keep you then.
Farewell. I bow again out of reflex because it looks so cool, and I leave. So it's Vern's turn.
Yeah, Burnt, what were you planning?
Alright, well, how far has the training been coming for the new recruits?
As much as 6 days worth of 2 2.5, as much as 7 days worth of training can do for a populace.
Huh. Do they look like they're improving at
Again, it's hard to tell after 7 days.
it? Alright. Let's see. Sorry.
Don't die on us.
I'm trying not to, believe me. What Bird is going to do is he's going to put them through the ringer. He is going to test a few of them in martial combat, mostly scaling them up and sizing them up.
Uh-huh.
And he's going to see just how well they've improved, hand to hand, or hoof to hoof, I should say.
Alright, so you will find that, as best as you can tell, they haven't improved that much, at least in hoof-to-hoof combat. You would be able to easily, deal with all of them, because you're working with the civilians, so you'll be able to deal with all of them pretty easily. There does seem to be an awful lot more practice going on with archery with the civilians, but they obviously are still training those to fight.
Alright, well, he's going to assist in training the ones that are learning how to, like, melee fight.
Yeah.
And, yeah, so that's basically going to be his thing.
No, that's fine. There are other people also training the troops to fight as well, so you're not the only one who is trying to do it. You've got a few of the individuals that you've called up here to help, like Thunder Rider. You also have Strong Mountain, I believe it was, who you recruited up here, who's the Antean, and a few other faces as well, all sort of taking part, doing various things in various places.
Alright.
Was there, again, anyone else wanting to do anything drastic?
No, I'm good.
Not drastic, but Milk Thistle is going to be setting some time aside so he can speak with High Priest Midnight Vision, let him know the dream that he had, and check on the update of a specific person they were supposed to meet up with.
Yes, I will talk to you about that afterwards.
Cool.
So I think here, before we do go into the actual Sun's summer festival stuff, so with the Sun Summer Festival stuff, There's going to be some obviously big elements will go off, but it's also going to be a chance for you guys to have a little bit of fun in games, and there'll be some little fun activities you can do just before the big old fight starts kicking off and it really starts happening. So the next session should be a lot more fun in games, and then we're going to start doing a little bit more serious stuff.
I know.
I'm just going to quickly nip to the loo, but when I come back, we'll do some last little like finisher, like XP and stuff, and then we'll come to an end. All right?
All right.
So,
Who are you meeting?
Well,
oh, who am I meeting?
Yeah.
Oh, like I said, I'm going to meet with Midnight Vision.
And someone else?
I mean, potentially someone else.
Is it me?
No.
Oh.
It could potentially be you.
Oh.
You haven't shown any interest in converting.
Oh. That's true.
Is Nightshine just not the religious sword, or is he happy with the god that he serves?
He does not have any deity he strongly loves.
so agnostic then.
Not really. Agnostic means his equal measures of liking every single god, but there are definitely some gods he would like more than others. There's just not one god that really resonates with him.
Fair enough. Yeah, I know that the summer holiday is in 2 in-game days. So it should be enough time for Burn to regroup with Steel and go to the Unification Hall and deal with that. This has been an interesting session.
Yeah, I can tell everybody's tired, but it was fun regardless.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry for being as tired as I am, working the cold and dealing with the holidays really takes it out of you.
And I noticed on the calendar, next week is Christmas, right on the 25th. So I imagine we'll be taking that week off, correct?
Yeah.
And the next one too.
And the first, oh yeah, that sucks. Weird. Apart from each other.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be with my family from the 22nd to the 24th, so I don't have much going on Christmas Day, to be honest.
I think my family's doing their Christmas stuff on Boxing Day this year, so.
My family's doing ours on Christmas Day, but that's about it.
I got some really sad news. Due to my grandfather's health problems and the risk of the Kung flu, my grandparents are not going to host everyone at the same time on Christmas Eve like they usually do. They're going to be having block schedules for groups of family to come in together. So my schedule is going to be with my mom, stepdad, my sister, and her husband and kids, and we're going to meet them on Wednesday.
Well, at least you have a set in stone schedule for that, so that's a good thing.
At least you get to see, you'll see them.
Alright, sorry about that.
No worries.
Alright, so yeah, so next session will be sort of more fun and games and type stuff before everything gets really super serious. And I then start trying to explain to you how this mass combat will actually play out.
All right, and while you were gone, we were discussing, since the next 2 weeks are going to be holidays, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day,
Yeah.
are we going to be skipping things for game sessions?
Yes, we will be for the next 2 sessions. So we will be looking to begin again on the 8th of January.
Yeah. That means this is the last time we're going to play together this year.
It is.
And you know what else that means? It's the last time we're going to play with each other before the apocalypse begins. Well, we won't have internet after January 21st. It's been foreseen.
Ah, well, then I will never see you guys again then.
So,
Yeah.
I'll be officially become a raider.
Is this? are we talking like Nostradamus apocalypse, or is this like some other chaos theory that's
No,
floating around?
no, Nostradamus burnt out in the late 90s. What we're talking about now is a miscalculation in the Mayan calendar. You know how everything was supposed to blow up and end in 2012?
Yeah.
That was a miscalculation because they mapped their calendar according to the way stars move. And of course, stars gradually move over time. So the way we measure time and direction also gradually changes. So after a 3,000 year calculation period, the 2012 was actually supposed to be a reset of their calendar, not the end of time. They were supposed to recalculate at that 3,000 year period because they were outstanding astronomers for some ungodly reason.
I.
So now we're looking at January or December 21st, where Saturn and another planet is going to be aligning, and we're going to have a Christmas star over the North Pole. And this is apparently supposed to open up a portal to hell where demons will come in, and that's going to be they're going to be disguised as aliens.
Oh, oh, so we're gonna be living in a Doom Eternal. Okay, sure, why not?
And the COVID vaccine is actually a means of terraforming your body to make it easier.
I find this so hard to believe.
Well, it's crazy talk, obviously.
I mean, I read this on the internet. It must be true. People aren't allowed to lie.
All right,
Yeah.
but before we do end and we do devolve into more craziness, you guys probably want some XP.
I would love some XP.
All right. Yeah.
There's a couple of things I need to bother you with.
What's that?
First, can you change my avatar image?
Yeah, you should be able to change it yourself, I think.
I would need to upload stuff on your computer, which I don't think I can.
Okay. I thought you should be able to. Oh yeah, upload to my computer. Yeah, I didn't allow that because of. I don't want you guys uploading stuff to my computer. Where did you put the image of you? There it is. Alright, let's open this. Let's save this. Actually, okay, I'm going to put in chat the XP. Boom. So I sent it to you as Nightshine. So I can do this quickly. Pictures.
Alright, 600 XP.
I need to go to Ponyfinder, documents, Ponyfinder.
Alright, did we earn 600 total, or did we earn bits of more XP on the way?
That's 600 total there. That's overall, because yeah, I gave you the XP for the pirate stuff, and this was sort of coming back, sort of everything falling into line to completing the quest to also bringing the ship back.
So we're at 45,299.
Correct.
Characters. Player tokens. Save. Click you. Choose. Was there anything else you wanted me to do other than change your token?
Before this sunset celebration, I would try to ask the alchemist Zebra to teach me Dark Whisper.
No, he wouldn't.
Then I would spend time at the library making research.
Making what, sorry?
Doing research on the library.
You just researching the library itself?
No, there's one thing in specific. So, do you know those two portals that lead to the other dimension with a castle flying?
Yes. I know
I want to see if I can learn anything about it, or on third location or something.
Ah, okay. So, I will alert you how successful that is, and I need to delete your icon. Oh no, you're gone. And drag out your new one.
Yeah, wait, no.
No. Okay. Maybe I've got to change it here as well.
That sounded like the Halo shield charging up.
There you are. Open. Select.
There we go.
Update. There we go. You now have your new
Oh,
token.
Yay.
I will ask now, while I'm in update token mode, has anyone else got a new token that needs and something needs to be changed?
Not on my end.
Oh,
Not present. I like my token.
cool. No, that's no worries. All right. So, by all means, obviously you got the. If you've got some other bits and bobs, what's just going on, send me a message. Tomorrow, just poke me about it, and we can go over those details. What you need to do, like Nightshine, give me a poke about the research you want to look into. Milkfist, you poke me about your thing. Also, have a think about what sort of fun games you might want to do at a festival type thing. There will be roleplay stuff, but I'll throw some fun games that you guys can play. If you come up with your own, then we'll put something together. But yeah, and we'll take it from there. Next session, that might be the time I look at introducing somebody new. It might be a bit too soon after the new year, but the idea will be when you go into the military fighting, there we will have an extra party in the extra person in the group. But we will definitely have one session where there's definitely not going to be any army stuff. It should be the sun celebration. The next one after that is obviously the army arriving. There's stuff that will go on. So I don't expect the fighting to happen in the very next session as soon as the army arrives, unless you guys really do something crazy.
Oh, you know what? Since it's going to be a summer episode where nothing bad is going to happen, we should all wear our swimsuits and play volleyball.
Yeah, beach episode.
Yeah, beach episode.
Yeah, why not? I mean, seems legit to me.
I mean, that's a common trope in anime, right? You just step away from all the trauma that's been going on in your life and you have a quirky beach episode.
I mean, that was also a trope in the original Top Gun, so...
Yeah, Top Gun doesn't count. It was gay.
True.
Alright. Well, thanks for coming, guys, and we will catch up with each other in the new year.
Thank you for putting up
If you're interested, I just posted my new thingy.
Oh, cool. I'll read over that. What were you saying, Nigel?
Thank you for putting up with us.
Yeah,
thank you. And for those who are listening, may your 2020 end blissfully, because it's been hell for almost all of us. But here's to 2021 being a fantastic year, and we will see y'all in 3 weeks' time.
Here's to a new story arc writer in 2021.
Alright. Take care, everyone. Goodbye.
I'll be the
And